Okay, so this is video 3 where we're on our final draft. And on the final draft, you're going to take your card and you're going to draw in with pencil real lightly where these things will be. So you'll have a framework drawn in already. And be careful because I've realized that if you touch it, it tends to take the pencil off. It's harder to see, so you got to be really careful with that. And you also have to be careful around the chalk because the chalk tends to want to it tends to want to blend out more or get smeared easily. So you want to be careful by using the chalk. So I'm just going to take a piece of scratch paper and put it down. And this scratch paper will help prevent me getting my hand in it. So I have my chalk pencils here. I'm going to use these two colors and then with white, charcoal white pencil or chalk pencil. And then I have a blender stick that I'm going to be using. That's what this looks like. So the first layer I'm going to put down on my final draft after I get my framework drawn out is a pencil with colored pencil chalk with white. And I want to start in the corner and I want to work toward the middle, just like I did on my rough draft. Use short strokes. You want this to look smooth. This will be an underlayer, but you do want to put this down first so that your colors stand out on the black background. So start with the sides, move toward the middle, curve what you're doing so this thing looks curved. You don't want to shade straight across because then it will look flat and you want it to look curvy. Okay, so I kind of curved it as I went. Then I'm going to take my next lightest layer. So the lighter one would be this color here. It's kind of a red, pink. And I would blend that into my chalk area, lifting up, going one way and curving. Okay, do this side, same thing, lift up, one way, curve it. Okay, and I would get a layer down there and spend some time actually blending this in, try to go into the dark black area too. And you can see I'm getting a chalk buildup there. Then I would take my last color, this is the darker color, and I would blend that into the colors on top or underneath, and this would go on top. So I want to curve it and blend out. And the same thing from this side, curve it and blend out. And the chalk is a little more forgiving than the colored pencil because you can manipulate it a little better and it goes on a little smoother. There you go. And then I take my blender stick, and that's this tightly rolled paper. And I try not to use the tip. You want to use the side of it. And you just want to pull and kind of blend that together toward the highlighted area, which is the actual black part in the middle. And you use little short strokes like we did before and kind of just pull that chalk in. Now I got a buildup of chalk. Just blow that away, and then you can go in and kind of even blend it more through the middle. And you could go back and add more layers if you feel like you didn't put the layers down well enough. I could go back in with my white again, and I can accentuate the edges a little more so it looks like there's kind of a white line or something that goes around it that separates each of these sections so they look like individual sections. So I could go back and put that in and and blend it in. Okay, and then I could go back with my blender stick and blend those areas in so it looks nice and smooth. Once it kind of blends on there, it really doesn't like to move around very much. So putting more layers sometimes is a little harder. But if you want to accentuate stuff and have that show up a little bit more, like mine's very purple right now, and it doesn't really match the rest of it. So if I wanted to go back in with this red, I could do another little layer of red to kind of show off the red in it more. And then use my blender to blend that out. So I have that red in there too, that kind of red tone. See? So anyway, that's it. Make sure you're keeping your hands clean. Don't get your hands in it. Use scratch paper, and you'll just layer your pencils.